the 5 Cent Podcast.
I grew up in the Sahara. It is a hot, dry place with a lot of sand and sunshine. I enjoyed visiting new places, especially places in nature. I also liked watching cartoons in Arabic and French.
Hello, friends. I am Professor 5 Cents, and today we will talk about sentence variety. Variety means a mix of different kinds. If you have a variety of fruit, it means you have bananas, apples, oranges, and peaches. You don't want your sentences to be all bananas, do you? So sentence variety means a mix of different sentences. Simple, compound, complex, short, medium, long, questions, statements, exclamations, and so on. When we write with no variety, we start to sound like a robot.
I am from France. I like to cook. My name is Pierre. I am so smart. I need new batteries.
So let's work on sentence variety. Here is what I recommend to become a great writer in English. First, study simple sentences, a subject, verb, information. Frank eats an apple. Next, study compound sentences. That's when you combine simple sentences with coordinators like and, but, or, yet, and so. Frank meets his friends at the park and they play soccer, period. After that, study complex sentences. That's when you combine ideas with subordinators like when, if, after, because, and many more. After playing soccer, Frank takes a shower, period. Next, mix them all together however you want. There is no magic formula. You can have 3 simple sentences in a row, then a complex sentence, then a simple sentence, then a compound sentence, a short question, a statement, whatever. Have fun with it. Listen to the sentence variety in this example. My friend Frank is healthy and fit. He eats an apple each day. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, Frank meets his friends at the park and they play soccer. After playing soccer, Frank takes a shower. What a great guy! Now, let's analyze this paragraph. My friend Frank is healthy and fit. Simple sentence. My friend Frank, subject, is, verb, healthy and fit, information. Frank, he eats an apple each day. Another simple sentence. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, he meets his friends at the park and they play soccer. Compound sentence. 2 ideas combined with a comma and the coordinator and. After playing soccer, Frank takes a shower. Complex sentence starts with a subordinator after and has a comma after the first idea and then a second idea. After playing soccer, comma, Frank takes a shower, period. What a great guy! This is called an exclamatory sentence because it ends in an exclamation point. We use these for shouting, emotion, excitement, and so on. We will talk about this in another episode. This is a simple paragraph, but it has great sentence variety. Let me give you another example. Let's say your teacher says, write a paragraph about elephants. Ready? Go. The clock is ticking. What do? Don't worry. Look in your writing toolbox. You've got simple, compound, complex sentences in there. Let's see. I will start with a simple sentence for my topic sentence. Elephants are really interesting animals. Subject elephants, verb are information, really interesting animals. Now, I think I'll do another simple sentence, changing the subject elephants to they. They are big like a dinosaur with a long, funny nose. Subject they, verb are, plus information. Now I'm ready for a compound sentence, two ideas combined with the coordinator like but. Elephants are big and strong, but they need protection from hunters. Now, an exclamation. Imagine that! Now a complex sentence, two ideas combined with a subordinator like if. If we protect elephants, future generations can enjoy their beauty. Now listen to the sentence variety all mixed together in a paragraph. Elephants are really interesting animals. They're big like a dinosaur with a long, funny nose. Elephants are big and strong, but they need protection from hunters. Imagine that. If we protect elephants, future generations can enjoy their beauty. Isn't that better than...
Elephants are interesting. They are big and strong. They need protection. We must protect them. Future generations can enjoy them. My father was a microwave oven. My mother was a refrigerator.
Hooray for sentence variety! Okay, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for story time. Today we fly all the way to Africa to hear a story from our good friend Dia. Take it away, Dia.
My name is Dihya, and I am from Algeria, a big country in North Africa. I grew up in the Sahara because my father worked there. It is a hot, dry place with a lot of sand and sunshine. I lived in a small house with my family. My father worked a lot, and my mother stayed home to take care of us. I have one sister and two brothers, and I have good memories of playing outside with them. Every summer, we went to Tizi Ouzou, my original city, to spend time with our grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins. I liked spending time with my family, especially during holidays like Eid, when we ate together and had fun. I enjoyed visiting new places, especially places in nature. I also liked watching cartoons in Arabic and French. I was a good student, always among the top students in my class. When I was 19 years old, I left the Sahara and moved to Tizi Ouzou to study at the university.
Brava, Dia. Wow, I never heard a story from Algeria before. I'm learning so much, and I hope you are too. Let's look at some of Dia's sentences to learn more about sentence variety.
My name is Dihya, and I am from Algeria, a big country in North Africa.
This is a compound sentence using and to connect ideas. She could say, my name is Dihya, I'm from Algeria, it's a big country in North Africa. 3 sentences, but she combines these ideas into one great sentence. Listen again.
My name is Dihya, and I am from Algeria, a big country in North Africa.
Now, if you can, press pause and in one sentence write or say the answer to this question. What's your name and where are you from? Let's try another sentence.
I grew up in the Sahara because my father worked there.
Now we have a complex sentence. She is combining two ideas with a subordinator because. Idea 1, I grew up in the Sahara. Idea 2, my father worked there. She combines them with a subordinator because. Does it need a comma? Listen again.
I grew up in the Sahara because my father worked there.
No comma when a subordinator like because, when, or if is in the middle of two ideas in a sentence. You only need a comma if you start with a subordinator like because. For example, because my father worked there, comma, I grew up in the Sahara. Let's listen to another one.
When I was 19 years old, I left the Sahara and moved to Tizi Ouzou to study at the university.
This is also a complex sentence using the subordinator when. Does it need a comma? Listen again.
When I was 19 years old, I left the Sahara and moved to Tizi Ouzou to study at the university.
Yes, because it starts with the subordinator when. Remember, anytime you start with the subordinator, you put a comma after the first idea. When I get home, comma, I sit on the couch. After class, comma, I eat lunch, and so on. What type of sentence is this next one? Listen.
I lived in a small house with my family.
If you said simple sentence, bravo, you are correct. I lived in a small house with my family. Subject, I, verb, lived, information, in a small house with my family. Don't forget to keep writing simple sentences too. If you write with 3 different types of sentences, your writing will be so much more interesting. Great job, Dihya. Such great sentence variety. Huh? Hello?
Professor 5 Cents, can you please give me some homework so I can learn faster?
Of course. I've got your back. Let's see. 3 things you can do to practice, learn, and improve are: number 1, write 10 compound sentences with and, but, or, yet, or so. Make sure they all have commas and they all have 2 complete ideas. I went to the store, comma, and I bought some eggs. Number 2, write 10 complex sentences with when, if, because, or after. For 5 of them, start the sentence with the subordinator. Because it was cold, comma, I wore a jacket. For the other 5 sentences, put the subordinator in the middle of the 2 ideas with no comma. I wore a jacket because it was cold, period. Number 3, finally, write a paragraph about your childhood or any topic with a mix of simple, compound, and complex sentences, maybe 7 sentences. Can you do it? Sentence variety will make your writing so much more wonderful. Good luck. Practice, practice, practice. And that is all the time we have for today. See you next time on the 5 Cent Podcast.